This is TechCrunch.
Andreessen Horowitz just announced the firm has just raised a little more than $15 billion in new funding. According to firm co-founder Ben Horowitz, the haul represents over 18% of all venture capital dollars allocated in the United States last year. But even more jaw-dropping is that it brings the organization to more than $90 billion in assets under management, putting it neck and neck with Sequoia Capital as among the largest venture firms in the world. Which is fitting since Andreessen Horowitz appears to be very friendly with actual sovereign wealth funds, including at least one from Saudi Arabia. The firm, which employs approximately hundreds of people across 5 offices, 3 in California, plus New York and Washington, D.C., has become a globe-spanning operation with employees on 6 continents. In December, it opened its first Asia office in Seoul for its crypto practice. That newly committed capital breaks down across 5 funds, $6.75 billion for growth investments, $1.7 billion each for apps and infrastructure, $1.2 billion for American dynamism, $700 million for biotech and healthcare, and another $3 billion for other venture strategies. It's the kind of money that makes you wonder where it all comes from, and more importantly, where it all goes. The where it comes from question is one the firm has historically declined to answer. When we asked Andreessen Horowitz this week about its limited partners and its distributed to paid-in capital ratio, the DPI, or how much actual cash the firm has returned to investors over its 16-year history, the firm didn't respond. What we do know is that CalPERS invested $400 million in 2023, marking the first time in Andreessen Horowitz's history it took money from a major California pension fund, probably because institutions with transparency requirements don't really align with the firm's preference for opacity. We also know that Sanibel Investments, the venture arm of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, lists Andreessen Horowitz among its portfolio holdings. The Saudi connection isn't subtle. Back in 2023, Marc Andreessen and Ben Horowitz appeared on stage with WeWork co-founder Adam Neumann to discuss their $350 million investment in his then-new residential real estate venture, Flow. The venue was a conference backed by one of Saudi Arabia's largest sovereign funds. Horowitz praised Saudi Arabia as a startup country, adding that Saudi has a founder. You don't call him a founder, you call him His Royal Highness. But Marc Andreessen has found another royal to admire. Since President Donald Trump's November 2024 election victory, Andreessen has logged a lot of hours at Mar-a-Lago, by his own account, helping shape policy on tech, business, and economics. Early last year, he became an unpaid intern at Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, vetting candidates for the Trump administration, not just for tech roles, but for positions in the Defense Department and intelligence agencies. Scott Cooper, Andreessen Horowitz's first employee back in 2009, was sworn in as director of the U.S. Office of Personnel Management this past summer. This matters because Andreessen Horowitz's current strategy is heavily weighted toward what it calls American dynamism, a practice that invests in defense, aerospace, public safety, housing, education, and manufacturing. The bigger bet is that America needs to reindustrialize and reshore critical manufacturing, particularly since, as Andreessen Horowitz itself notes, the U.S. would exhaust its entire missile inventory in something like 8 days in a conflict with China over Taiwan, then need 3 years to rebuild it. Then there's the AI bet, which might be the firm's highest risk, highest reward play yet. Andreessen Horowitz has positioned itself across every level of the AI stack: infrastructure, foundation models, and applications. The firm has wins to point to. Its $25 million investment in Coinbase turned into an $86 billion valuation at the 2021 IPO. There's Airbnb, Slack, and GitHub. According to a market intelligence firm, its portfolio includes 115 unicorns, 35 IPOs, and 241 acquisitions. The firm has also made and lost money by snapping up cryptocurrency tokens, though there's less visibility into those numbers. In a blog post published Friday morning, Ben Horowitz writes that, as the American leader in venture capital, the fate of new technology in the United States rests partly on our shoulders. It's the kind of statement certain to cause agita at rival firms, some of which have been around closer to 50 years. compared with the much younger Andreessen Horowitz. Horowitz frames Andreessen Horowitz's mission as ensuring that America wins the next 100 years of technology. Whether that happens remains to be seen. What's certain is that Andreessen Horowitz has mastered the art of raising money, $15 billion this time, to fund a vision of American technological dominance that runs through Riyadh, Mar-a-Lago, and the Pentagon. That's quite a pitch, and plainly, it works. Elon Musk's AI company has restricted Grok's controversial AI image generation feature to only paying subscribers on X, after the tool invited heavy criticism from across the world for letting users generate sexualized and nude images of women and children. In replies to users on Friday, Grok said only paying subscribers on X would be able to generate and edit images on the platform. Notably, these limits do not apply to the Grok app, which, at the time of publication, was letting anyone generate pictures without having to pay for a subscription. Initially available to anyone with daily limits, Grok's image generation feature allowed users to upload anyone's picture and ask it to edit it or generate a sexualized or nude version. What ensued was a veritable flood of non-consensual sexualized images of children, actors, models, and prominent figures, drawing the ire of multiple nations. X and Musk have both publicly denounced the use of the tool to produce such images, writing that the company would stick to its policies against posting illegal content on the social media platform. Musk tweeted, "Anyone using Grok to make illegal content will suffer the same consequences as if they upload illegal content." The UK, the European Union, and India have all publicly denounced X and Grok for allowing such use of its capabilities. The EU on Thursday asked XAI to retain all documentation relating to the chatbot, and India's communications ministry last week ordered X to make immediate changes to stop the image generation features from being misused or risk its safe harbor protections in the country. The UK's communications watchdog said it's been in touch with XAI over the issue as well. That's it from TechCrunch. For more stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.